Hi there, Spencer here with a quick update on our release schedule. So in June, we were supposed to do The Ending Writes Itself, a collaborative mystery between Kat Clark and V.E. Schwab. But the month kind of got away from us a little bit. So instead, we're going to pivot and we're going to read We Burned So Bright by T.J. Klune. Um, it's a quick 170 page, this really moving book about two guys that are married towards the end of their life, and towards the end of everyone's life because a rogue black hole is just weeks away from taking out the Earth. When they get in their RV and cross the country to well, for a task that becomes clear as you're reading it, it is moving and dark, a more uplifting the road. With that said, so yeah, pick that up. You can kind of breeze through it in just a sitting or two. Highly recommend it. We'll be talking about that when our next full episode aired. But I did want to just take a moment to kind of chat briefly about some of the works of V.E. Schwab because she is a fantastic author, one of my favorites. So I did want to kind of plug the book that we were supposed to do, The Ending Writes Itself, is a really cool kind of dark mystery. Um, in that the most famous author in the world dies, with his last book in this big, huge series, unfinished. Like it's 90% done, but the ending isn't there yet. So the publishing company and stuff, they bring in a bunch of like mid-list authors to compete to see who can write the best, most captivating ending. And as you might imagine, things go sideways. So I do recommend it. And also, I'll just mention some of the other books that she's written that I've read so far. Um, there's The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. This is the one that she's probably the most known for. This is a woman's kind of granted eternal life, but also cursed with it as well because she goes through life with no one remembering her. It's almost like a reverse memento where in the moment she can kind of interact, but then once she leaves and comes back, it's poof, kind of gone. And it's a really neat kind of story over the decades, centuries, really. It's very existential and kind of moving. A similar story across decades and centuries is we bury our bones in the midnight garden. This just describes as vampires, which I don't think there's much more of a description needed. It's pretty good. I like it. Um, and then I recommend the Darker Shade of Magic series. In this one, you have multiple Londons are kind of stacked on top of each other, and then there's a really cool magic system in like kind of almost like court drama between these different Londons as this ominous force tries to take over. And then the one I haven't read yet, but is next up on my list, would be the Vicious Vengeful Villain series, which is kind of like friends that kind of turn to the dark side, is how I understand it. That's a pretty superficial description because I've loved everything I've read by her. So I don't want to know too much going into it. And I'm going to jump into that soon because the third one is coming out in October. And for our local listeners, she's actually coming on, I think, October 8th through Quail Ridge Bookstore is bringing her to NC State's campus, and she's going to do a book signing and talk and reading there. So I'll drop the details in the show notes for that. So yeah, V.E. Schwab, pick up whichever one of those sounds the most intriguing. She kind of plays around in different genres, which is one of the things I really like about her. So check those out, but also check out We Burn So Bright by TJ Klune for our next episode. All right. Thanks for hanging with me for the quick update. Take care.